Hello viewers, welcome to this tutorial. In this session, we are going to solve this type of questions. Please, before we start, don't forget to subscribe this video to promote these tutorials. Now, before we can able to start this question, let's define limit of a sequence for you. When you are given a question like lim as n approaches infinity, a sequence an is equal to a, and you're asked to prove that this sequence converges at A. This how we define it. We have the definition. You are going to choose for a certain number epsilon which is greater than 0. For a certain epsilon which is greater than 0. So there exists a positive integer n such that we are going to set the absolute of an minus the limit point, which is a, should be less than epsilon for any values of n which is greater than n. So that's what we use to prove a given limit question. Now let's see how we are going to use this definition to prove this one. So I am having the sequence as 4 minus 2n and 3n plus 2 minus what's the limit point, which is negative 2 and 3 should be less than epsilon. Now let's see whether we can calculate for the value for, or we can make n the subject of this equation. So I'm going to have absolute of 4 minus 2n on 3n plus 2 plus 2 over 3 should be less than epsilon. So here I'm going to find the LCM here, which is 3n plus 2. So here I'm going to have 3 times everything here, which is 4 minus 2n plus 2 times everything here, which is 3n plus 2 should be less than epsilon. So at the top here, I am going to have 12 minus 6n plus 6n plus 4 and 9n plus 6 should be less than epsilon. So I'm going to have 6 minus 6n plus 6n will go away. So I'm going to have 16 and 9n plus 6 should be less than epsilon. So the absolute of this one, I'm going to have 16 and 9n plus 6 is less than epsilon. Now we can do cross multiplication. I will multiply 2 by 9n plus 6, which means I'm going to have 16 is equal to epsilon 9 epsilon n plus 6 epsilon. Here we are going to, the idea is to make n the subject and see whether n here is less than, whether n is greater or equal to a certain positive integer. So here, let me clean here. So let me clean here. I am going to have 16, which is less than 9 epsilon n plus 6 epsilon. Let's bring 6 epsilon here. I'm going to have 16 minus 6 epsilon less than 9 epsilon n. So we are going to divide 2 by 9 epsilon, which is 16 minus 6 epsilon over 9 epsilon less than n. So since we are having n, which is greater than 16 minus 6 epsilon on 9 epsilon. So when you choose any value of n which is greater than this value, you can see that the results will follow like this one. So this is the proof for this question. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Kindly not forget to subscribe to our channel to promote this video go far. Thank you.